the historic review process. I've dealt with many of those projects over the years, and I don't know what they're looking for here. If they're looking for any artifacts, or
There's nothing there.
Okay. We'll have to.
Secondly, oh, 1 second. The grandstand at Dent Park. We have 3: Hellertown, Bethlehem, and Lower Saucon uses that, and we're going to be filming by RCN the Hellertown Royals. And it'd be just a shame to look at those pitiful grandstands that are chain linked off. And we are looking for money to get that, but with the federal government diminishing their handouts, we really need some help on getting those fixed. It's a health and safety issue, and we would really like you to look at that.
Have you?
We've applied to the county. We're looking for a matching fund.
Have you talked to the state officials as well? Sometimes through the community revitalization, through the DCED, sometimes they have some.
Sometimes the team needs a gentle nudge from the right man.
Understood. Okay. Well, thank you. Maggie, do you want to add something there?
For about one more, and this one here is the movie, right?
Oh, okay.
And the blue shirt.
Great.
I'm Dr. John H. Roselaw of Saucon. I want to make clear immediately, I'm not an MD, so don't pick on me as a doctor. I have a PhD. I want to take this opportunity to acquaint everybody here and everybody that I can get to talk to read a new, extremely important book by Lee Iacocca. I happen to know Lee. He was a year behind me at Lehigh. The book is called Where Have All the Leaders Gone? It's a wonderful book. You don't have to buy the book. Get on the internet and just click on Iacocca on Obama. And he immediately tells us about Obama. He calls him the bozo who has run the ship of state over a cliff.
That would be George W. Bush.
Now, the reason I'm asking you, that'll tell you why we need to send Congressman Dent back to Washington, because if you read his economic policies, which I have long agreed with, you'll find out that with a few more like him, maybe we can get the mess straightened out so that we won't be paying our debt back by my son, his son, his son, his son, his son, and a 10 to the 12th son. We're just giving everything away. We have become the worst country in the world in terms of a debtor nation. That's a crime, to go from the greatest nation to the worst.
I think that means you're the class of 1944 from Lehigh. Lee Iacocca was class of 45, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? That's right.
He was in 45, I was in 44.
Yeah, so was Paul Franz, too. Remember Paul. But look, long and short of it is, I think we're all concerned about the economic challenges that this country faces. And the fact that, you know, the way we're going to address this economic challenge, this crisis, is through the creation of jobs. We need jobs. And we need the jobs so that people are working. When people are working, they're paying taxes. Then revenues to the Treasury increase. And that's part of the way we're going to have to deal with the deficit problem. Because right now our deficits are at an
Watch the spending in Washington also, Congressman.
Well, I'm going to get there.
It's crazy.
I'm going to get there.
I'm
going to get there, but
I know you're doing that.
But our deficits now are 10% of the economy, 10% of GDP. That's not sustainable. I mean, since the Second World War, we've had 1 year. That was in 1982 or 83, where we had a deficit at about 6% of the economy. That was a terrible recession, as you recall, particularly around here with Bethlehem Steel's challenges and unemployment in excess of 12%, as I recall. I got out of college about that time. I remember how rough the economy was. And I would say to you that we are going to absolutely have to create an environment where people want to invest. That environment is not here right now. I mean, as I'm telling you, there are people who are worried about the looming tax increase. They see their taxes going up, they're withholding investment. They see the health care mandates, and they're fearful, and they're talking about how they're going to position themselves. There's worry about access to credit now, particularly in light of Barney Frank's bill. So all these issues are out there. National energy tax is being talked about after the election. The trade regime, which I've opposed. But that is But that's looming, and so all these issues are out